So I wanted to do this kind of a semi-quick tutorial about how to quickly set up a environmental demo scene for like sound design, where you just want a character walking around in a scene pretty fluidly. And this is something that I just figured out recently. And I think it's the easiest way. And as a disclaimer, I want to say this is definitely not like game development. This is not a start of a game. This is kind of like a really pretty hacky way to get an environment with a character in it, so you can start implementing your sounds into it. So you're really gonna need advanced locomotion system. You can find that for free in the marketplace. This one here, I already have it. And I recommend grabbing the monthly free assets every month. Obviously, sometimes there's really great characters like this Gothic Knight, and the maps are what I'm mostly, or the environmental packages is what I'm mostly interested in. Well, for example, I have this dark forest. We can use that. So we can just make a new project. So here's a fresh project just done with the third person template. And with the Locomotion system, you can't just add it to your project. You have to first make a standalone project for it. So you would just go create project, and then it will show up here. But I've already done it, so let's just open that up. So here we don't have to do anything except migrate the whole advanced locomotion folder and just drop that in the content folder of your project. And content migration succeeded. Cool. And now we have it here. And while we're here in the advanced locomotion project, we need to also get the inputs, because this project has its own unique ones. You can either manually copy these all over if you, for example, have an existing project where you want to use this, because if you export and then import settings, it will override. It's not going to merge them. It's just going to override them completely. So I would save this here as whatever ALS inputs. I already have them saved up, so that's it. But they would be exported, and then we can go back to our project here, edit, project settings, input, import. Where did I? Yeah. And then we have to just find the inputs. You can save these anywhere. Probably it's better to save them in the folder of your actual project. But yeah, now we have these in here. And then we can add the map to the level. So what did we want? The dark forest, okay. So in the marketplace, you can just search Paragon, and there's loads of free, really cool looking characters that you can do Foley for, all kinds of movement systems and stuff like that. So it's a bit more inspiring to work on the project when the assets actually look really good. So I'm just gonna go to my library. I already have Quang, so let's add him to the dark forest. Excuse my neighbor is doing some construction. So yeah, now we have the map in the project. So usually the great thing about these is they come with some kind of a demo map. So here we are in the map. If we just hit play, it's still building shaders, so that's why it looks like that. If we just hit play, we get some nice cinematic sequence here. So you can usually find these either here or in level blueprint. There might be matinee actor. So we can just delete that from the beginning play, and just gonna delete that matinee actor as well. So now that we're here, we can just go to the game mode override, ALS. These should be all correct. And now we have a moving mannequin in the world. The great thing about this locomotion system is you have walking, running, sprinting, rolling, jumping, and there's pretty good mantling, or kind of like climbing system, which this is not the best map to demonstrate it, but it automatically understands where it can climb and where not. Okay, so now we got the character running around. Probably don't want to use this model for our demo scene if we're meaning to make some cool sound design. So that's where the Kwang or the Paragon assets or whatever character you might have comes in. So the default pawn class we can keep as is, but in here we can just go body mesh and just drop in a, I don't know, man bun sounds pretty good. All right, now we have the model loaded in, and this original mesh we can just hide, and boom. Now we have a really good looking character running in a really good looking environment, and you can just start sound designing. And if we want to get rid of the weapon, this is a pretty hacky way to do it, but like I said, this is not how you would go about making a game. This is just to get you started to start creating some sound design stuff if you don't want to spend too much time on learning all of this stuff from scratch. So we just make a new material, invis mats we can call it, and you hold down 1 and left mouse click twice, and base color 0 and opacity. And then we click this thing here and we have to set the blend mode to translucent. This is basically an invisible material that we're going to use to hide the weapon. So it's if you really want to make it properly, you would probably go to Blender and remove it from the mesh. But like I said, this is just a quickest way that I've found to get this basically done. So here we just look for materials that are probably related to the weapon. So weapon, let's turn that invisible. Okay, that was actually the shoulder, was it? Yeah, let's try again. Okay. So it's a bit of a trial and error, but these are usually pretty well separated. So I think all of the characters, all the Paragon characters have their weapon as kind of a, you can simply override it with this invisible material. And boom, the weapon is gone. And here we have a Ghost of Tsushima worthy scene or something. Yeah, even has interiors. And yeah, obviously not the best showcase for the climbing system, but yeah, it's pretty cool.